It's prediction time. That's right, the 2024 election is one day away, and I want to get my prediction on the record. Let's cut to the chase. I am predicting a Kamala Harris victory. Specifically, I am predicting she wins with 292 electoral college votes. On a macro level, I believe the story of this election is going to be the massive gender divide between the way men and women are voting, with men being more likely to support Trump and women being much more likely to support Kamala Harris. And I think one bellwether for the way that's going to manifest in the election is women are currently outpacing men in early voting. Now, on a more state specific level, let's look at some of these predictions. I believe North Carolina will go blue, and I think Republicans have Mark Robinson to thank for that. He is getting absolutely decimated in the gubernatorial polls, and I think he will be enough of a drag on the Republican vote for Kamala Harris to win the state. When it comes to Nevada, we have seen Republicans leading in the early vote. A really important aspect that's being missed with that headline is that non-affiliated voters make up roughly a third of early votes that have been cast up to this point. There are actually more nonpartisan voters in Nevada than Democrats or Republicans. They make up roughly 4 in 10 of registered voters. Part of that has to do with a relatively new rule in Nevada that automatically registers new voters at the DMV as nonpartisan. So part of my assessment for Kamala winning Nevada is that those nonpartisan voters are going to lean younger, and younger voters tend to lean Democrat. Now we turn to Pennsylvania, arguably the most important state this election. The polls have been frustrating here. For all intents and purposes, they are showing a dead heat. Now, the statistical unlikelihood of so many of these polls showing as a tie aside, this is a tough one to call. My logic for giving this one to Kamala is not super wonky. The economy today is better than it was in 2022. Yet in 2022, Democrats won the governor race in Pennsylvania, and they won the Senate race. Now, Donald Trump is a much stronger candidate than Dr. Oz or Doug Mastriano, but still, I just have such a hard time imagining such a big shift towards Republicans in that state while the economy has improved. Georgia, I think it's really cool it's a swing state now, but I do think Trump will win. I don't believe Kari Lake will be even remotely as much of a drag for Republicans in Arizona as Mark Robinson is in North Carolina, so I do believe Trump will win Arizona. And I believe Kamala will hold Michigan and Wisconsin. Now, how confident am I with these predictions? Not very. This is my best guess with the information we have at this time, but I recognize this is a very tough race to call with a ton of conflicting metrics. Even if the specifics of my map are wrong, I do believe Kamala will win in some combination, but I would not be surprised if Trump does. If I had to put numbers to it, I would say 60-40, but 40% is still a huge chance. In terms of predictions, as of now, this is where I'm putting my flag down in terms of where I think things will settle.